once I came across Gentle World on the internet, I really wanted to learn about veganic farming and know that it's possible to not use animal products in growing my vegetables and learn as much as I can. To be here at Shangri-La has been really incredible, and I've had the chance to do a little bit of harvesting, some weeding, some mulching. I've done a little bit of work with Magic with the fruit trees. Magic is very knowledgeable and he's a very nice guy to work with and lets me ask lots of questions. So it's really nice to know that you can grow beautiful, healthy, nutritious vegetables without harming anything. And it's really nice to know that a community like this exists and is thriving, and that, you know, the core members are at a nice stage of life where they can say, I've been living vegan for 50 years and I'm still healthy and probably healthier than most people in the world. I don't have that many vegan friends at home. I have no vegan family. And so it's really nice to come into a community where everyone's on the same page and we're all super passionate and we can talk about the horrors and, you know, the hopes that we have. I think the biggest takeaway from my experience here is just to hold strong in my convictions and not give in for anybody, whether it be a future partner or a family member or just anybody, and just know that I'm doing the right thing, and no matter what people say, I'm living the life that I want, that I feel valued and good about myself doing, and know that I'm making a positive change for the world.
I've been calling myself vegan based on my own principles, but then people here have more strict definition of veganism. It was good to see in real life like what it really means to be vegan. I knew quite a bit about how animals are treated in factory farms, but I didn't know as much about other aspects like the clothing industry and animal testing. I knew on the surface, you know, I had heard many things about those other areas too, but it was really powerful to see the actual images, videos, footages of animals just being trapped and suffering, just like in factory farms. And also the number of animals who are affected even outside of the food industry. I wasn't sure what life will be like exactly here. Even without like power from the grid or water treatment plant, life can be pretty comfortable and pretty happy and clean. I mean, I know that a lot of work has gone into creating such such lifestyle, and it was cool to get a little glimpse of that by helping out with the solar power system and other things. It gives me ideas about, you know, how I want to live in the future.
I think Gentle World deserves to be a lot more known. I had never heard of this place, and I think it's a great source of hope. Gentle World really sets an example of what we should do and what we hopefully will be able to do in the future to live peacefully with other animals. I really enjoyed this slow life, surrounded by nature and trying to live in harmony with that environment. Still growing vegetables and fruit, but not trying to take over nature as humans usually do. I really liked how fair the work is distributed between the members in Gentle World. That's something you don't experience very often, but it actually works here. I loved seeing them being healthy and very happy to be vegan still after all these years. Once you realize, like, you just keep going and there's no way coming back. What I really like to maybe replicate in my life in the future, this vegan sanctuary, this kind of utopia that is actually real, that is true.
I called myself vegan-ish before I got here, and that was a cop-out, but what I wasn't paying attention nearly enough to was how much soul I was selling. I participated in the vegan movement. I knew that it's the right way to go. I work with a vegan nonprofit. I've gone to vegan protests. However, I wasn't quite ready to give into it 100%. I could still sell my soul if I didn't see right in front of me the connection of the pain in animals to our food. I got to give my story to some of the founding members, Sun especially, who really listened and heard my story and provided me some amazing feedback as to how I can better myself in the world in my quest to become a full vegan. I've been fighting back on becoming a vegan and holding on to old ideas which are very much socially acceptable in this insane world that we live in. I see veganism as a path to a deeper spiritual connection, which will absolutely help heal the insanity of this planet and humanity. If you come here with an open mind, you'll absolutely be given a gift.
I came to visit because I was friends with a vegan, and she told me all about her stay in Hawaii and how it changed her life, and it sounded amazing, so I wanted to be part of it. When I first got here, I was like taken aback by how beautiful one place could be, and even after all the countries that I've travelled this past year, I don't think anywhere is as beautiful or feels as peaceful as Shangri-La. So I'm really happy I came here. It's a beautiful place to be in. Prior to arriving here, I was already vegetarian. I've only been eating vegan completely for like 5 days. It's a good feeling to eat something that you see in the ground rather than all those horrible things that you watch. I was pretty ignorant about the facts before I got here. I mean, I always knew that environmentally it was a downfall, but I think when you look at the documentaries like Earthlings and Cowspiracy, and particularly when they do a close-up to like the animal's eyes, I think that's when it changed for me. When you look in an animal's eyes, like you can't justify the pain that they're going through just for something that you want to eat. And this week I've realised how important it is, like, not to kill animals for something so silly as your favourite meal. It's actually quite heartbreaking. I feel better. I think generally everything's better here. So like it's hard to pinpoint what it is that's making you happy because there's so many contributions. It's exciting. It's exciting because it's a new journey and it's a whole new way of life.
Gentle World has shown me the value of a peaceful life. I've grown up in cities my entire life. I was born in Dubai, where I lived right next to an airport, and where I live in Melbourne, I live right next to a freeway. And so I think Gentle World has shown me the value of tranquility and how much deep and meaningful relationships actually can impact your life. It really is a slice of a different world embedded within this amazing location. Hearing the river at night while you sleep, everything is so soothing. It's been really interesting at Gentle World interacting with people who have been involved in animal rights and in veganism for so long. Sun and Light, who founded Gentle World, have seen the world change so much. They seem to love how young vegans are coming to Gentle World. So they're seeing that change is occurring, and it makes me wonder what kind of change we're going to see in our lifetime, and that really excites me. I feel like what Gentle World has done most for my understanding of veganism is really just solidifying my understanding that a vegan world is possible. I think it's something I'm always going to carry with me, and something that I'm always going to have in the back of my mind whenever I'm doing activist work or really any other work to change the world. Ultimately, my biggest takeaway is that Gentle World really feels like like a slice of the future. I'm always very curious about what this vegan world that we're working towards actually looks like. And Gentle World has allowed me to visualize that. When I envision the future, it's not just my imagination anymore. I've seen a little bit of it.
So a friend of mine came to visit Gentle World, and when she came back, she just seemed on another level. And she told me it was a place that she thought I would love. And I found myself in Kohala on the Big Island. Little did I know it changed the kind of course in my life, and getting educated about why to be vegan, and just the support and the love around me at Gentle World was enough to change my mind and my heart. I got the opportunity to work in the garden, and it is almost like therapy. And it changes your relationship with the food, and not only do you know where it's coming from, but you have had a part in bringing it to life. There's so much love put into creating it and then making a meal out of it all. It's just, there's nothing like it. Yeah. And I learned so much just through observing and just through doing the work. Planting seeds or harvesting and weeding. Weeding is so great for your mind. It's like you're weeding all of those negative thoughts and limiting patterns from your mind too. On a physical level, I've never felt so alive and vibrant and with so much energy without any caffeine, without coffee. And mentally, I've never felt so clear. And spiritually, just so free. It's crazy. It really is. It's crazy in the most real way possible.
I really didn't know a lot about this place. When I heard the words Gentle World, it was just two random words. It was a blank sheet. And we came here, and this new world opened up to us. It was an amazing experience. We watched a lot of videos and movies, and we had some very deep talks about important issues of this world. I got to understand so many things. And I'm not gonna go into a shop and see that red piece of steak the same way I did before. Definitely. Yeah, it's just not the same feeling you have when watching a cow after this. You see how these animals feel and how they are being hurt and their pain in their eyes. I think you gotta watch these movies. It's not good to just walk past it and close your eyes, because it's reality. You gotta see those things and accept that this is truth right now, and what can we do? We're here right now, we can make a difference in the world. After seeing those movies, I was really like, yeah, now I'm going out in the world and I'm gonna tell everybody, this is what we have to do now. It's good to see them. Still, it hurts. I think travels always change a person, but most travelers probably come back home with a couple of new t-shirts and new pants and a pair of shoes, and I think I will come home with a new pair of eyes. Yeah.
Veganism is a base foundation to my confidence or my belief in myself, because I know it's right. I know it's right. I think that veganism is for everybody in the world if those people want peace. Living in Shangri-La is both an epic experience, but also very familiar to me. It's something extraordinary, and it's unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's a safe haven. I expected to grow when I came, and that was my hope. but it was so much more than I thought it was gonna be. If I knew about this place when I was 17, 18, 19, I'd jump at the chance. If you feel you have some growing up to do, this is the place to be. Doesn't matter at what level you are, you're still going to grow when you're at Shangri-La. Because you can learn everything from sweeping floors, living in nature, to thinking high thoughts about all the mysteries out there in the world and how ethics and moral should be applied to our lives. There's always room to grow all that spectrum.